Check this out. Stay tuned to the end of the video to see how you can win this autographed Marvel Masterworks X-Men right here.
Hello everybody, I'm Sean. Thanks for watching. As I'm recording this, we're heading into opening weekend of X-Men Days of Future Past. I saw this at the Toronto advanced screening last night, and it was badass. I'll get to my review in a minute, but first I want to talk to you about how my friends at 20th Century Fox hooked up the local audience here where I live, and we had passes to hand out, double passes for the advanced screening of X-Men Days of Future Past. We gave these out on Free Comic Book Day. First I surprised Gotham Central, didn't let them know I was coming, just showed up and announced that I was giving away a double pass to whoever could give a fact that would prove that they're the most hardcore X-Men fan, and the winner would be by audience applause, and the winner was this little guy and his dad with...
What's your... from Canada.
Wolverine is Canadian, gets him every time. Next we rolled up to Dr. Comics, where legendary Marvel writer Chris Claremont was signing and greeting fans, and we got Chris to ask a skill-testing question who would determine who the winner was at that location.
Who's really the older brother? Hugh Jackman or Liv Schreiber?
Ooh, there you go.
Liv Schreiber.
He also signed these comic books right here. These are autographed by Chris Claremont, which I'll be giving away at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. And our final stop was the Silver Snail, where we had arranged to do a huge draw for the remaining passes. Silver Snail hooked it up, man. They gave us gift cards and action figures and graphic novels, and people came from all over the place to get in this draw. Congratulations to all of my winners. I hope you loved the movie. Thanks so much to everybody who came to see me and got in on this draw. Thanks especially for the hookup to Silver Snail, Dr. Comics, and Gotham Central, and especially for 20th Century Fox Films Canada for helping get the whole ball rolling on this. Now, as for the movie itself, going into this movie, I had a bit of a fear that it was unnecessarily trying to shoehorn the old X-Men movies and the reboot together, but that proved completely unfounded. The original comic books were just a couple of issues of the monthly series, and certain characters were gone away and other characters weren't around. Magneto was nowhere to be found. But if we're going to go into it with the idea that it's one of the most epic X-Men stories ever, you want to have the key characters in it, and so it plays out way better in the movies than it did even in the comic books. It was great because all of the characters from the older movies are in the future parts. Most of the movie takes place in the 70s, and it's all the X-Men First Class people. Except for Wolverine, which is logical when you're looking at the movie as a business proposition. Now, these movies that take place in the recent past, I find it very hard sometimes to really lose myself in it. I'm never not aware that these are actors wearing costumes and putting on hairstyles. I never felt that way about this movie. All of it, even when they're jumping back and forth in time, felt totally real and totally current. Even when you're watching robots blowing stuff up, you're carried away and everything in this movie feels natural and real and inevitable. It can't be overstated. The acting in this movie, especially from the two leads, Mr. Fassbender and McAvoy, superb. I didn't know whether this movie was an attempt to take the franchise back to Singer's original cast, or if it was supposed to be a passing of the baton to the new cast. The ending leaves it kind of ambiguous, and I have no idea which timeline and which group of actors we're going to be following in the next movie. My favorite thing about this movie, though, has to be just how lean and tight it is. We've seen so many superhero movies over the last couple of years. It often seems like they're coming at it from the action pieces first, and the plot pieces are just loosely scripted to get you from one action piece to the next. But when you get one of these movies where you can tell that the filmmaker cares about and understands these characters, then you really get what people are on about when they talk about how superheroes are our modern mythology. Is it the best X-Men movie? Well, I'm looking very forward to the hot debate that's going to go on around that in the next few months. For me, this was definitely the most satisfying X-Men movie. It could very easily have ended up just being stuffed to bursting with characters and full of too many plot lines, but instead it's lean, it's tight, you don't even notice how long it is, and you don't even think to ask some of the questions you'll come up with later about the logic. So that's my take on X-Men Days of Future Past. Now it's time for you to let me know what you thought, and you could win these comic books autographed by legendary Marvel Comics writer Chris Claremont. If you're seeing the movie this weekend, I want to know what you thought. Or let me know below what classic comic book story you want to see them adapt to film. Everybody who leaves a comment, you've got to be subscribed to the channel, is entered in a random draw to win these 2 comic books autographed by Chris Claremont. I'll send them anywhere in the world, but mostly I'm just super excited to hear what you thought of this movie. If you want to see more X-Men, you can check out my Superheroes in Real Life series. It's got X-Men and all your favorite characters in live-action comedy. I've also got videos featuring my art style where we've talked a lot about all kinds of different stuff about superhero movies and Batman's costume. Click for these videos here. Now how about the shout-outs? This week I got a shout-out for longtime fans, Some Random Guy 164. Thanks for the compliments on my art. GamerGabe18, he says he never comments on videos, but he commented on mine. Thank you very much. R. Peters 330. New subscriber alert. Caleb Griffin, Crazy Comics, Ethan Davison, and Poodles Forever. Are you a new subscriber? Let me know in the comments. I'll shout you out in the next video. Instagram shoutouts for John Theiston32 and Mayor1504, who liked 136 of my photos. Super shout out for the super fan who registered the YouTube channel, Sean Ward Fan, who's been talking to me and actually ordered absolutely everything that I've had available. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me, guys. You know, talking about superhero movies is my favorite thing. I can't wait to see what you guys thought of X-Men Days of Future Past. We're looking forward now, to Guardians of the Galaxy is the next superhero movie coming out. I think we're going to do a giveaway for that one, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel because we're hitting you with superhero stuff. You know how we do it every single week. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you soon. Bye.